it's a bad thing. That's never a good thing. Don't abuse children. But there you go. Bad EA. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. Same crew again. Me, Francesco, Alessio. I have a broken foot, so that's always good. I'm blaming. I don't know which one to blame for it. It's either Francesco's or Alessio's fault, even though they're in a completely different country. But one of you two are taking the blame.
Okay.
You can divvy it up between you. I demand compensation. And yeah, so we've got a few topics on for today. We're going to be talking about, EA again, because why the hell not? They're maybe dropping the FIFA license, which we'll get into why that probably makes sense. And in fact, we're going to be talking about EA twice because there's also a Dragon Age rumour. Then we'll be talking about Pokémon and Call of the Duties. But we'll do the EA double bill first. So, go on, Francesco. You like your footballs. You support
Yeah, no,
in
not
Italy.
really. The last time I played a FIFA game was
You
in
like your football.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you must like your
I like
football.
football.
I know Alessio doesn't like football. He doesn't support any
He
team.
doesn't like it at all. Yeah.
No, he hates it.
Yeah. Seriously, the last FIFA I played was in 1998, I think. 1999.
Yeah, I know. Go on,
A long
Alessio.
time
Take it
ago.
away.
Okay, let me rescue Francesco. But yeah, it looks like FIFA may change its name, and that's obviously because of money. And
money.
of course, EA pays FIFA, the actual real life football organization, a ton of royalty to have their brand. And it looks like FIFA is looking to do even more than they previously did. I mean, it's reported to be twice as much as the previous contract. At least that's FIFA's demand, and obviously EA is looking into other options, and they have recently trademarked a new name, EA Sports FC, which could be possibly the name of the new game if they do decide to drop the FIFA brand.
Yeah.
And the important thing to note is that EA also renewed their contract with FIFA Pro this week, which means they will still have the likenesses and real names of the professional players, but they may not have, other things that are connected to FIFA. Of course,
I think doesn't FIFA only give them the rights for the World Cup and just the name FIFA? That's what I was led to believe, but I may be incorrect. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Otherwise, they couldn't be asking that much, possibly. I don't know. But the argument is that EA might actually pull this off because, of course, they have kind of a monopoly right now. Of course, there is PES, but
certainly not this year.
It's not really
eFootball.
Yeah, certainly not this year. There isn't.
It's not really doing well. The reaction to the new eFootball game was poor. So, in all likelihood, even if FIFA doesn't have its name yet, fans will still follow EA's game, whatever it's called. So.
Yeah.
I think casuals may have a hard time at the beginning because I don't know if it's like this everywhere in the world, but around here it's, oh yes, FIFA, and they just know it's that type of game. So
Yeah,
Maybe in the
true.
beginning they may lose some people, the very casual players that just
If
like football and play FIFA. But I don't think they're going to be suffering that much.
I think if anything, the EA Sports FC isn't the best name. They should really just go for
Mm.
EA Sports Football. Because FC
Yeah.
we know stands for football club, but
Mm.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you come to sort of, I don't know, in America they may not know, the casual, like you say, the casual fans may not know.
Yeah. Yeah, esports football is more recognizable on the fly,
Yeah,
rather than any other name.
that's what I would rename
Um,
it as EA
But
Sports Football.
they probably haven't decided yet. They're probably
Yeah,
throwing names around.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see.
It's still early days, so we'll have to
my thoughts.
wait and see whether they actually go through with this. Because obviously, as you've said, it's going to be a big change, and one has to wonder whether Konami would take the opportunity
No,
and take
they
the
won't.
FIFA brand. It
Yeah,
would
100%
be,
they won't.
it's
yeah,
Konami. They're not going to.
yeah, probably, but still, it would be a nice turn of events. That's for sure.
Certainly be interesting, but I
Yeah,
just
that
can't see it
was.
happening because Konami are cheap as fuck.
Yeah, well, they've given up on pretty much everything they had in terms of franchises. So I don't see them spending that much money for the FIFA name.
It's not with that. They never even spent. They never even bought the license from FIFA Pro for the likenesses and such as that. This way, why in Konami games you often only saw a few real teams.
Yeah, I remember in the old days when the early PlayStation days, they didn't have any
Yeah,
of the names of the teams. They were just fantasy
Yeah,
teams. That
yeah, Red FC and such as that. Yeah,
yeah, very long time ago. So I don't think they're going to spend more money to just get the FIFA name. It's just not.
no,
yeah.
definitely not.
I don't
So,
see them doing that now.
uh, shall we talk about the next EA topic just to stay on the
Yes, yeah,
same?
I'm just cringing every now and then. I get shooting pains in the foot. So when I go quiet, it's because of the pain. It's literally
Ouch!
just it is what
Poor
it is.
Chris.
Well,
Ouch!
you have 4 breaks in and around the end of your foot. 4. I didn't even do a shit job at it. I had to break it 4 bloody places. Fucking-
At least you're
If you
thorough.
got if you got to do something, you gotta do that
Yeah, I'd rather have done this
right.
bad. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so yeah, the next DA topic is Dragon Age 4. And it sounds well the rumours are it's gonna skip the are we calling them current gen or last gen or what? I don't know. PS4 and
Yeah,
Xbox One.
Yeah, that's
They may only be
it
on
should
the
be.
new gen of consoles and PC.
yep.
Yeah.
Which
It makes
I mean,
sense to me.
yeah, it does because the game is still far out. I mean, probably going to be released in early 2023.
Yeah, that's what the route what it seems to be. So by then, if it's 2023, it's another year for everybody to get the new consoles.
Right. And
Yeah.
also
Hopefully.
they won't be limited the over up. And
Yeah.
we can only have our fingers crossed. Possibly we may be getting some new marketing soon. I mean, they already had, I think, 2 trailers on the TGA, the Game Awards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The game
maybe in a
advertisements.
uh,
The
maybe in a couple of
videos.
months we'll have another trailer. Uh,
Yeah. I think they need to stop pushing. If it's over a year away, they need to just sudden keep stum about it for now. Just keep actually work on the game, not on new trailers and little demos for events. Do not make another Anthem. That's the last thing that's needed.
Well, well, I think it's going to be easy for them. It's difficult to do that badly again. To be honest, it's very difficult.
Yeah, you would think so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Never say never, but
I
I
say,
think they might have learned the lesson this time.
I say, you know yourself when it comes to companies like EA, Activision, or anything. There's nothing that says they cannot and they will not strive hard to pull defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah. Well, at least they did fine with the Mass Effect new call the trilogy, the new one. So maybe there's hope.
It was hard
They
not
won't
to do
mess up.
fine. It's just copy the games,
They could
copy
have
and
done
paste.
more. Yeah, like you said,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
they could have
they could
released
have.
a broken game, broken ports, and the like.
Yeah, they could have done a Konami.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, it's always possible to do worse. So I think it's okay. You released a working game. That's great.
Yeah.
It's a small success this time.
I do think though,
Yeah,
yeah, I would have to agree that 2023 and new consoles only makes sense because then you're focusing on the higher power base. Then you've got more resources at your disposal to make the game look and play better.
right. So yeah, I think today we have a lot of smaller topics possibly because there isn't anything really big.
There's
But
nothing wrong with that. We can just natter about what other games we're playing after that. But go on. What do you want to talk about next? Call of Duty, the Anti-Cheat, or Pokemon? I'll let you pick.
and I'd say it's time for your Pokemon knowledge to go through.
Well, I have simple Pokemon knowledge. The best one is Psyduck, and whenever they don't have Psyduck, then the game is not worth shit. 0 out of 10. So, yeah, it's Pokemon Legends Arceus, Archie the Big Boulder, whatever you want to call it. That's,
Archibald.
yeah, Archibald. So, Pokemon Archibald, that was going to be, or the rumours were it was going to be open world, wasn't it? But then it now seems that it's not going to be open world. So, yeah, well, actually, no, they've made it clear it's not going to be open world. So, I'm not really
Yeah,
bothered about that. The thing is,
Yeah.
Pokemon has always had that sort of structure where you know which. Yeah, you've got some times where it eventually opens up when you unlock all the areas. But that initial progression is, you know, you're going from gym to gym, and yeah, it's a fairly natural thing to do. Maybe they could be a bit better in how they arrange things. Like they don't. It's always been sort of convenient how you've got to move forward. Oh, you can't go here because the ferry's broke down. What? You can't go here because there's a tree in the way. You're the only person in the world who can cut it down. Oh no, fuck that. Call the local council. Get the landscape department on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they need. Game Freak could always do better, or anybody making a Pokemon game can always do better in how they arrange it so you're moving in the right direction. But they don't really need to go open world, or at least not for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Francesco.
I think that it's not open world also for balancing issues. I think they would have a very hard time balancing. It's essentially a traditional RPG. I think they would have it would be very difficult to balance it right. I don't know if multiplayer is in, but that would be another reason. It's just
Yeah.
and I don't think the Switch could handle a truly big open world with Pokemon, randomized elements. I don't think the console.
Yeah, with randomize that, throwing that such as that, and I
Yeah,
mean they could
I
have.
don't-
I
yeah.
suppose they
If you
could
don't,
make a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game, but yeah,
yeah, but if Breath of the Wild feels a little empty in the open world.
yeah,
There isn't very much randomization, and I think you need that. If you were to make an open world Pokemon, you need that. Otherwise, it's just a regular Pokemon game with its linear progression. Only that it's more big, it's more open, but
yeah.
not really open world. So I don't think the Switch could handle that. At least not decently, or as people are envisioning an open world Pokemon. It's probably too early for that.
Yeah.
In my
We need
opinion.
the new Switch. We need.
Yeah, we always say that every time. We need a new Switch. But Nintendo,
I'm gonna say
yeah,
it's getting close to time. They will be making it. It'll probably be
yeah.
announced this year
The
or
problem
next
is
year.
that when
It'll
it's
probably be
going,
announced next year.
yeah, I think when they're going to release the new Switch, it will feel old again because everything else will have moved forward. And
It will be on the
Nintendo is not.
PlayStation 10.
Yeah, Nintendo really stopped following that technological trends. They just gone their way. And
Yeah, they did
I
that back
mean,
at the
yeah,
GameCube though.
it's working too well for them. They're not going to.
I
At
mean,
least
they
for
should.
now, they're not going to change.
They could just get a high-end chip from Nvidia, and you know,
Ew, why would you want an
Yeah.
Nvidia chip? Ooh. Just go with the
Yeah.
go Team Red. Team Red.
uh,
Yeah, if they're going to do the portable and home console together, they probably would need something else for AMD rather than Nvidia already had it with the Tegra chip. They already had it ready or are most ready. So yeah, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, unless Nintendo starts following the other console manufacturers and want to get.
They won't do.
But they're not going to do that.
They
Yeah,
say
they
it would
stopped a long
actually
time
be
ago.
stupid of them to do that because ever since the Wii, I mean, yeah, they had a massive failure with the Wii U. The Wii stood itself apart by being different, and the Switch is more of a console, but it's still unique in the fact that it is their home and portable department.
Yeah.
And I think that actually helps Nintendo in a way because before the company it fractured itself to support the handheld consoles, the portable consoles, and also its home console. And now it's got them both in one.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all know the Game Boy range was incredibly successful. But yeah, I think we've seen the future of the way Nintendo's going to go. It might end up just being like, yeah, the next one might be the Switch Advanced. The
Super Switch.
I don't. I'm gonna say I can't think of as going to the Switch color because it's already color.
yeah,
But and like you say, I just think the Switch range, and especially with how popular it's been and how big of a extra following it got during the pandemic, you couldn't buy you had more chance of buying toilet roll than you did a Switch.
Yeah.
And toilet roll was so short in supply. Bloody hell. Getting a Switch, you'd have to sell your kidney.
Yeah.
And I was there, just sat on a Switch, not playing it.
Yeah. Well, they were lucky that Animal Crossing, the new one, released together pretty much when the pandemic started. So they were
it was
very lucky in that way. They were very lucky because they got like the perfect storm. But they just, in a positive sense, they just
Nintendo caused the pandemic just to sell games,
just to sell consoles and games.
Weirdly enough, I did actually hear that somebody said that at the start, and I'm like, I don't think they did.
No way.
Oh yeah, genuinely, somebody said that because obviously the Switch and Animal Crossing sold better than hotcakes and everything. People are nuts. They may have been joking, but I tend to believe that when people are also believing in little the vaccine's got 5G in it. Shut up, you fucking moron. So I don't trust anybody anymore. People are fake.
They
I just noticed now Francesco's wearing the same shirt he's been wearing for the past 4 weeks.
No, that's not true. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. It's not.
I can edit the other videos to make it look like that.
That's because
okay.
he's distracted by your serial killer face. He can't actually see it.
I know. I was getting aroused by your face.
Oh my god! No, please. Sorry, I like you, but not in that way.
Well, this has certainly took a twist. So yeah, has anybody got anything more to say about Pokemon? Potentially nothing
No,
to do
not
with
really.
arousal.
No, not really.
Go on then, Francesco. You've not
Yeah,
introduced the topic yet. Go on, take us away with Call of Duty and
yeah,
the
yeah.
issues recent.
Another game I have never played. Another season I've played, but who cares?
Do you play anything?
Yeah,
No,
I don't even think you
sorry.
review. Oh, you don't even play the games you review. You're just like,
No,
oh,
no,
look at the
no,
box. I like it.
no. Don't say that. People are going to believe it. Don't say that.
It's true.
No, it's not true. I play them because it's games that I like. If it's first person games, I often say no. I don't want to review it. So yeah, I'm justified.
it
So
gets
yeah, yeah.
motion.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I never played a Call of Duty game. Maybe one, probably the only person on Earth that hasn't played one. But I never played that. But yeah, this thing is funny because they've been talking about their anti-cheat technology, making a big fuss about it, and then it gets leaked. Ricochet gets leaked, and it's probably going to be to be act not even at release, even before releasing. So that's funny because when you challenge people, people take the challenge up and then just
Yeah, madness.
yeah, it's funny because they boasted about it so much and then it gets like leaked the day after the announcement or a few hours after the announcement. So
It is
Well, yeah,
brilliant.
I don't know. I mean, like the following day, Activision said, "Okay, it's in controlled live testing, so we provided the pre-release version to select third parties." So basically, it seemed like they were saying they released it themselves. I don't know. Maybe it's
damage
possible.
control.
Possibly, but the thing here is that of course Call of Duty, if you have been following the news about Warzone and Cold War, etc., it has been dealing with severe cheating issues,
Yeah,
right? So this is their push to try and placate fans, and they're trying this new method of using a kernel level driver. But of course, this comes with potential security concerns because, of course, a kernel level driver could potentially, get into your PC and do things to your PC, collect information and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's also something to consider, and you know, some people are against it, but it looks like most Call of Duty fans are so dismayed at the cheaters that they don't mind anymore. They're like, whatever. If it helps fight the cheaters, just do it.
yeah. I don't trust Activision with anything like that. Any sort of access, and also
Yeah,
the fact that people could reverse engineer it and use it to their advantage.
yeah. I don't know if they're going to back down or change things, but I remember a few years ago, Capcom did the same with Street Fighter Five.
Yeah,
They just had something that I think it was for the transactions with the fight money, and they released something like that with kernel access, and then but they removed it soon after because people were mad
yeah. There
about
was a
that.
big outrage. Yeah,
Yeah, there was a big for something trivial because fight money is really scarce in the game. Hardly
Yeah.
can unless you really play all through the character stories. You win survival mode. You probably can purchase 3-4 characters and not more. So
it's
it was for
madness.
something very minor, so they just removed it. I don't know if Activision will do the same or they will just go ahead with
Mm.
that.
I think
It's a
Activision
much
are
bigger
less
problem.
likely to because
Yeah, they don't really give a shit
yeah,
about controversy, so they're probably going to go. Yeah, and honestly, the problem is much bigger than just a couple microtransactions with in-game money. This is much bigger because it's just damaging the whole online experience. So they probably need to go the extra mile to do something, even if even if some people can take advantage of it.
And
Yeah,
I think as long as they can, as long as they earn money from it, and it doesn't
Yeah.
stop people buying the game, they don't really
well,
care.
I mean, they've said that this is only enabled when you're playing the game. It's not always on, and it monitors the software and applications that interact with the game. But when you shut it down, it's turned off. It's turned off. So
Yeah, they say
technically,
that.
well, I don't
DTA,
know.
don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
And
I think that, like you said, there's a lot of small topics. There's nothing major. So, what have you two been playing? I mean, obviously, Francesco, we know we've just figured out you don't play games. You just look at the boxes.
yeah,
So, what game?
No,
What box have you been looking at?
we have no boxes over here. It's just digital games.
Okay, what store? What store page have you been looking at?
Yeah, no. Don't say that. People are going to believe it because people believe everything. They're going to believe that I review games without playing them, and then I will have to show my Steam stats to prove that it's not true.
I say, I don't see the problem with that. That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah, no, me neither. So yeah, I'm going to be repetitive, but I'm still playing Yakuza Zero. I'm working through it slowly. Well, not just slowly, but maybe not as fast as some other people do.
Nothing wrong
And
with
then
that.
I played, yeah, and well, there are too many mini games. I can't go fast. I need to play the classic arcade games. And then I played The Good Life,
I need to play that.
the
Yeah,
new game. Yeah, the new game from Zwiri. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. Is it
Is
Zwiri?
sweary, I believe.
Zwiri. Okay, okay. And yeah, like every other game from him, I haven't played all games from him, but I played the Deadly Premonition series.
Yeah.
Yeah, good story, great atmosphere, but as a game, it's very, very janky.
That's
But at
to
least
be
this,
fair. That's most of his games, though. They tend to all be quite janky.
yeah, they're really janky. He has a lot of nice ideas though, and thankfully the story and the characters are good, so it's easy to look past that all the issues and the cat and dog transformations are nice, but I think they're a little they're not very deep. No, they're a little shallow. They're not very deep.
Yeah.
They work, if you like the story, you're going to like the entire game. But if you're in for something a little more,
gameplay
a
driven.
little more polished, yeah, it's not really a game. It's not really a game you should play. But I still had fun, and the story is fun. It's a little crazy, of course. It's scary, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
say.
yeah, it's in line with all the other games he has directed. I think at least the ones I played. It's very very like that.
It, and I think he should hire better engineers, better programmers,
Yeah,
to use a better engine as well. Which engine
yeah.
is he using on the Good Life?
I
I don't know.
have no idea, but it doesn't look it's Unreal Engine.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I don't know if you have seen footage of it, but those animations are, ugh, they're
Yeah,
horrible. Really.
It
I
could be
mean
I
part of the
mean, the
charm.
dog running, seems like the dog is having a stroke or something. They're very bad. They're very bad.
I
Oh
mean
God.
This time is justified because they crowdfunded the game, so you're not supposed to expect AAA quality this time. But yeah,
yeah,
visually animations, it's really all over the place.
it's
Fair
I
enough.
mean some PlayStation 3 games were probably better animated.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah, they do. Yeah,
It's
even smaller games, they look and feel better to play. Yeah.
uh,
And honestly, there is another issue that it's really padded out. They made the movement speed so slow, and the map is too big for what it has. It's pretty much empty. So yeah, it takes a long time to just get from point A to point B, and
Yeah.
Over time, it gets very annoying. So it's a shame. It's a shame because it's fun. The story is fun. The premise is nice, but when you actually get to play it, you say, "Oh, am I done yet?"
That's
Because
never a
there's so
good
much.
sign.
Yeah, there's too much tedious things to do. They can be fixed easily. If they update it and they at least make better fast travel or increase the movement speed, it
Yeah.
will probably be better. At least you say, "Oh, okay, it's a little faster
Yeah.
this time."
Yeah, fair play. I mean, we know what game Alessio's not been playing anyway, so it's pointless even mentioning.
Yeah, I can give you an update on the transfers thing, which is that basically they said on Friday the feature is ready, but they didn't want to bring the servers down on a weekend since it is
Yeah.
peak player time.
Yeah.
So they basically said it will be next week, but following their reasoning, it should be midweek probably, so not on the
I
weekend.
think they're
So
just
hopefully,
buying time. They're lying to you, Alessio. They just don't want you
yeah,
transferring.
you always think the worst of everyone and everything.
And that's
But yeah,
because the world keeps disappointing me.
maybe I don't discount the possibility, but hopefully we're just days away anyway because
Yeah.
it's starting to feel grating on the guilds. Many are like, yeah, I'm playing here, but I'm alone. I want to
Yeah.
play with you. So a lot of people are possibly almost on the verge of stopping playing because at least unless they do this quickly. So,
Yeah.
uh, and what
Um,
about you, Boris?
uh, I am currently playing. Unfortunately, I can talk about it because when this goes live, it will be pretty much time for the review anyway, or just before the review. So I'm not going to spoil what I think about it, but I am playing The Dark Pictures House of Ashes. And I mean, I suppose I am going to spoil what I think about it, but no review scores or anything, but I'm enjoying it. But I enjoy the Dark Pictures games, and the more I play of them, the more I tend to enjoy them because they get that balance of it is essentially just an interactive film. You've got little
Yeah.
gameplay segments, but it doesn't bother me as long as it's done well and you know what you're going into. It was worse, and as much as I liked Metal Gear Solid like 4, that was one hell of a long interactive film
Yeah.
because you came sometimes when you came to cutscenes there, you were going about an hour and a half before you actually got to touch the controller.
Oh, true, but the gameplay was a bit more fleshed out
Oh
than
yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
yeah. It was, but at the same time, it needed to be for such as that game. Whereas obviously Dark Pictures games don't need to be as fleshed out. You know what you're going into.
Yeah.
Obviously I can't spoil too much of, but you've got the general gist of it. I mean, I like the Dark Pictures games, and this is a good one. This is. I'm not going to give my conclusion away yet, but yeah, it's read the review when it comes live in probably about 3 hours after this podcast has gone live. But
Okay.
other than that, I haven't really been playing anything else I can talk about. I don't know. What have I been playing? I don't
You're
think
still
there's.
playing FIFA?
Yeah, I was playing FIFA. That review's gone live. Yeah, because I put it up as one of my Sunday reviews. So we're recording this on Sunday, and it's just gone live actually 20 minutes ago. And I mean, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's a good game. It's a shame that it is a predator and it is abusing, you know, people who are susceptible to gambling problems, and it abuses children. It's a bad thing. That's never a good thing. Don't abuse children. But there you go. Bad year.
Mm.
But yeah,
Okay.
no, I was playing it. It's good. It's FIFA. And to be fair, they've got hypermotion technology, they call it, and that really is a game changer. But they don't have it available on the PC from what I've read online. But on the PS5
Yeah,
one, yeah, it
that's why
really is a
I
game
gave you
changer.
a PS5 code because
I
I love it.
know you did. How dare you make me turn on the big white box of doom?
Okay. Actually, I do have one last item we could discuss briefly,
Go
very
on then.
quickly, which is simply that the Xbox Series consoles are seemingly selling a lot faster in Japan than the Xbox One. So this
100k
week,
it's reached, hasn't it?
yeah, they
Yeah.
surpassed the 100K units this past week, which means they did it in less than a year, while the Xbox One took more than 4 years to do the same.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
So, that's,
it's
yeah,
it's good for the Xbox Series compared to the one, but I imagine if we compared it to the PS5 in Japan, you'd see there'd be a gulf of
Yeah.
difference. But
yeah, the
Microsoft know what they're
PS5,
doing now.
Yeah.
PS5, yes, but also the Nintendo Switch. Actually, the Nintendo
Yeah,
right
Yeah.
now, the Switch is selling a lot more than PlayStation consoles as well.
oh yeah, well yeah,
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of reasons because people in Japan don't have a lot of space in their houses. Most people don't, so it's more comfortable with the Switch.
yeah. That's true. I'm
This
gonna
is why
say
mobile gaming is so big in Japan. Also because
PS5 would
people want.
essentially have to double up as the dinner table.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because the Microsoft is doing well with the Series X and S when they're not trying to catch the Japanese market. They tried to do that with the 360 and it really didn't work. And they tried
Yeah,
hard. They had some exclusive
Yeah,
JRPGs. They had Star Ocean 4. They had Tales of Vesperia,
Blue
and
Dragon
it
as well.
really
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah, they had that Blue Dragon. Yeah, the first game from Mistwalker,
yeah,
Lost
from
Odyssey.
Sakaguchi. Yeah, they had Lost Odyssey too, and it really didn't take off. But with the Series X, they really didn't. At least they're just having multi-platform titles and
I think the
not.
reality is for the Xbox, for Microsoft, if they do their own thing and stop trying to compete,
Yeah,
then they tend to compete better by not trying to.
yeah,
Uh,
it worked with the
and
360. It didn't, and they were trying so hard, and they
and
were all
also,
good games, but they really didn't. It really didn't work out.
I
Don't know if
think maybe something that helped is that I mean the Series S is pretty small, so it should be appealing to Japanese gamers.
mm,
But other than that, it's also got even more potential, I think, through Xbox Cloud Gaming, which launched, I
Mm.
think, a couple of weeks ago with in Japan, and of course they have a great network infrastructure there. So maybe it could help Microsoft. You know,
yeah,
they could they could even play Xbox games on their smartphones via cloud, via 5G. So it's I mean a market that can grow for Microsoft. Of course, it won't be a massive growth likely, but yeah, I still think they will probably try to snatch at least one major developer from Japan in the near future to
well,
do
they
exclusive.
already have, haven't they?
Well, I mean, they have Tango Gameworks from Bethesda,
Yeah.
yeah, but I was thinking something a bit bigger, possibly.
Did I?
But
Sorry,
Mm.
unless I missed. I thought they'd bought somebody else, but okay, must be mistaken. I don't know.
uh,
I've slept since then.
okay, but yeah, that was it. So, unless any of you have more to add,
No, no, no. I don't.
No.
No, it's the same as always. I'm just plodding along, play the games. What's in pain? Yeah. Come on,
okay.
Francesco. Come over to mine. Massage my foot. Just not the broken one.
Do you have something to tell me? You're making so many. Are you trying to? Yeah, I would come to England, by the way, if I could.
I wouldn't if I were you. It's bloody plagued.
Yeah, well, I'm vaccinated. Who cares? Who
I'm
cares? I'm
gonna say
vaccinated.
this bloody island's falling apart.
I don't know. I don't know. Italy is not that much different right now. Maybe not with the virus, but there are a lot of issues going on.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, also Francesco, yeah, England is north, but is aiming even farther up north, right?
Yeah, but England, England is fine. I could live in York. It's cold enough for me.
Yeah, York's nice. York's lovely.
Yeah, been there once, and it was. I think it was July, and it was like 12 degrees in the morning. So yeah, that's a great place for me.
Plus, it's got the Viking Museum.
Yeah, and yeah, I went there. Of course, they told me, "Yeah, you look just like a Viking." Oh, really? I never noticed.
He
He thought it
didn't.
was being
He
funny.
didn't try
The
that
guy at
at
the
all.
museum thought it was funny, but yeah.
Yeah. Gold. Yeah, I think
mean,
that's
maybe
everything. Go on, Alessio.
I was just saying that maybe if he dyes his hair blonde, he could look like a Viking.
Well, not really. My skin is too dark to pass for a Viking, probably.
I don't
I'm
know.
not that light
Just don't go out
skinned.
into the sunlight for about a year, and you'll suddenly.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but I can try. I can try that, and then go back to York and see if they tell me the same. If they
Awesome.
mistake me for one of them.
Oh well, if you
Okay.
do go back to York, I'm only around the corner. So yeah.
It's complicated traveling to the UK now
I know it is. Believe
from
me.
Europe. Yeah,
Yeah,
too
we
many
fucked
things.
that. We have
Then
fucked that up royally.
yeah, it's more complicated. Maybe when things will settle down with the pandemic, it's going to be a little easier. But right now, it's very difficult.
That's what I need to do. Alessio, find me a sort of strategy or simulator that's all based around politics, so I can essentially make a big long review that criticises the UK and any other right wing stuff, just to rile up the commenters.
Okay.
They do
I
like it
shall.
when I egg them on, or I like it when I egg them on.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I think that's everything from me. I am going to rest my foot.
Yeah, you do that. Bye.
But
See you in a bit. Bye.